I did my report on the glass ceiling. It was a topic that I found interesting and I didn't actually really even know if it existed or not. The glass ceiling is an unrecognized barrier that is placed over women's heads in the career world, and I looked into it, and one of the most important aspects of why it exists today is because of sex segregation. And sex segregation separates the jobs that men and women can do based on their sex. For example, women are categorized as more of like teachers and nurses and social workers, and men are more construction workers, for example, or mechanics, and even more powerful roles like CEOs. And it's shocking that only 10% of workers can say that they worked with someone of the opposite sex. And another statistic says that out of 66 million female workers, only 30% of them are concentrated into only 10% or 10 out of the 503 jobs available to, or according to the U.S. Census. Sex segregation is contributes to the wage gap too, because more feminine jobs are more degraded, so they're less funded. Like schools make less money, obviously, than CEOs of major corporations. And even men and women working in the same field make less. Women make less money. A study panning the years of 2001 to 2008, women only made 68% of their male competitors' income in the same job. And this is because within the same field, women are segregated into lower paying branches of the organization and lower paying jobs within that organization. There's also a major confidence gap which contributes to the issue of the glass ceiling. This is because women are found to possess less self-confidence, and men are actually shown to be more aggressive and be way more overconfident in their decision-making and self-assessments. In 2011, the Institute of Leadership and Management in the United Kingdom conducted a survey of British managers about how confident they felt in their job positions. Half of the female participants noted self-doubt, and fewer than a third of men reported self-doubt. Another study at Carnegie Mellon found that women rarely negotiate their pay, and when they do, they usually, on average, ask for 30% less than men ask for. Cameron Anderson, a psychologist that studied overconfidence and confidence benefits and the benefits of self-assurance, found that confidence is just as important as confidence when applying for a job and conducting yourself in the job. She conducted a social experiment which gave students a test with 242 fake names of battles and historical people. And she asked the students to talk about and claim which ones they knew and which ones they didn't know. And she found that men responded to more the fake names, which assumed that means that they assumed that to know more than they actually did. The last thing I'm going to talk about is the motherhood penalty, which is the penalty that women pay for the choice of having a child instead of focusing on their career. Women are often seen as less competent or less reliable if they are taking the mommy track or planning on having a child. When hiring, employers figure that female employers will have a child at some point in their career, which forces them to classify them less positively. I mean, it makes them less marketable, I guess, that they'll have to take time off of work to deal with a child. In a study by Hylam and Okamoto in 2008, experimented with the motherhood penalty, and the participants of their study were asked to review 4 candidates for a job position. They were interviewing a mother, a father, and a male parent, or a male non-parent and a female non-parent. The study found that the 2 male and female parents were among the bottom 2 that were picked, and the male non-parent was the overall most picked out of all the employers, or the study, the control, or whatever. And the last little factor that I dove into is that certain businesses have traditions that they try to follow strictly, especially family businesses and businesses in different countries. For example, I found that Asian families focused more on family, and it didn't matter how much schooling the female children had. They usually just passed their heirs on to the male students. And overall, this is why there's still a glass ceiling in the world. Thank you.